Hi, I'm Suhas BN. I'll be presenting our paper titled Speech Task-Based Automatic Classification of ALS and Parkinson's Disease and Their Severity using log-mel spectrograms. This work has been accepted for paper presentation at SPCOM 2020. We will begin the presentation with a brief understanding of ALS and PD and the motivation behind our work. Amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, or ALS, is a progressive motor neuron disorder which occurs due to the gradual degeneration of motor neurons. These neurons provide a communication link between the brain and voluntary muscles. Due to the degeneration of muscles, there is a loss of muscular control. The symptoms associated with ALS include muscle stiffness, a hard time in holding items, muscle cramps, swallowing problems, and speech difficulties. The sequence of these symptoms varies from one subject to another as the disease progresses. Parkinson's disease, or PD, is a progressive brain disorder which occurs when the neurotransmitters that are present in the nerve cells or neurons become impaired or die. These neurons are responsible for the production of dopamine. Reduced dopamine levels in the brain result in movement issues. The symptoms associated with PD include tremors, stiffness in limbs and trunk, slowness in movements, difficulty in swallowing and chewing, and speech difficulties. Patients have an average life expectancy of 1.5 to 4 years with ALS and about 10 to 15 years with PD. Currently, there exists no specific tests that can confirm a subject having ALS or PD. The diagnosis is based on medical history of 11 months and a neurological examination. Along with no specific test for the diagnosis, there exists no cure for either ALS or PD, although there exists some treatment for managing their symptoms. Thus, early detection of ALS and PD will prolong the survival of the patient and improve the quality of life and reduce some of the complications associated with the above conditions. The main objective of this work is to reduce the diagnosis time by using automated methods for detection of ALS or PD using speech as a biomarker. What's new in this work? Identifying the severity of ALS or PD alongside the diagnosis of the condition. To the best of our knowledge, speech-based severity classification of a neurological disease such as ALS or PD has not been attempted earlier in literature. The plan for the future is to develop a smartphone application that helps in early detection, supplement the neurologist's diagnosis, and to follow the progression of the disease using speech as a biomarker. Some of the challenges in this work include identifying speech cues that would help in better diagnosis, access for people of different socio-economic backgrounds, which can be reframed as, can devices of varying cost factors provide similar or identical results? Data collection from ALS and PD patients is often tedious, making large corpus development a challenging task. At the same time, automated methods require huge amounts of data to train a classifier. This is a plot that contains both the waveforms and spectrograms for an ALS subject, PD subject, and a healthy control. The subjects are asked to repeat the phoneme "p" continuously for a duration of 1 second. It is seen that the rate of speech along with the magnitude of the targeted sound signal are higher in the case of healthy control when compared to ALS or PD. Previous works studied the performance of various speech tasks in automatic classification between ALS and healthy control using SVM and DNN classifiers. As seen, the spectrotemporal characteristics change depending on ALS or PD or HC. Although convolutional neural networks, or CNNs for short, has been used to identify ALS patients, the work used two one-dimensional convolutional networks, one each for time and frequency respectively, using the MEL filter bank features or MFBEs. The goal of this work is to study the performance of log-MEL spectrograms in 3-class ALS, PD, HC classification, along with 5-class ALS or 3-class PD severity detection, and highlighting its benefits over existing methods. We also propose using a 2D CNN approach that incorporates both time frequency plane or TF plane, which helps us to model temporal and harmonic structures of audio signals. The proposed approach is as follows. The work makes use of the TF plane as a whole and utilizes a two-dimensional convolutional network for log MEL spectrograms or SPEC and MEL frequency substrate coefficients or MFCC. Due to the TF plane, the features are better captured through a 2D CNN due to the finer modeling of temporal and harmonic structures. The SPEC feature matrix has a dimension of 96 cross 33 with 96 melbins and an audio length of 1 second represented by 33 frames. With the same architecture, experiments were conducted with a smaller number of melbins, 24 and 48, which led to lower accuracies, 0.6 for 24 melbins and 0.75 for 48 melbins, due to a lower resolution, while a higher value of 128 melbins gives similar accuracies when compared to 96. MFCC feature matrix has a dimension of 101 cross 39 with audio length represented by 101 frames and feature dimension of 39, which consists of 13 MFCC coefficients, 13 velocity coefficients, and 13 acceleration coefficients. The specifics of the network are as follows. The number of convolution filters are 32. A 3x3 kernel has been used, which is represented by 2D con in the architecture. Every convolution layer of size h cross w cross d learns d features of size h cross w, where h and w refer to the height and the width of the kernels learned. The size of the pooling area is 2 cross 2, which is represented by max pool 2. The activation function used is the rectified linear unit, or ReLU for short, with the softmax at the output. It was experimentally found that the optimum convolution layer dropout is 0.5, while the dense layer dropout is 0.6. The loss function used is categorical cross entropy with the Adder delta optimizer. Now let me explain the dataset and the severity ratings. The data has been collected from the National Institute of Mental Health and Neurosciences, NIMHANS, Bengaluru, India. 5 recorders, namely Apple iPhone 7, Motorola G5 Plus, Xiaomi Redmi 4, Zoom H6 XY recorder, and Dell XPS 15 laptop have been used to ensure the results obtained are consistent across devices. The speech data was recorded at a sampling rate of 44.1 kHz. The number of subjects used in this work include 60 ALS, 60 PD, and 60 healthy control. The selected subjects are matched for age and gender for uniformity. The 4 speech tasks along with the total duration of recordings can be seen here. Spontaneous speech or SPON has a total time of 21 hours. Diadoco kinetic rate or DIDK has a total duration of 22.42 hours. Sustained phoneme production or PHON has a total duration of 25.84 hours. And image description or IMAG has a total duration of 25.22 hours. The severity ratings of ALS and PD patients have been provided by 5 speech language pathologists or SLP from NIMHANS. The inter-rater reliability has been calculated using the Felicis kappa. For the ALS subjects, we obtained a kappa value of 0.90, which implies almost perfect agreement, while for PD subjects, the kappa value obtained was 0.69, which implies substantial agreement. The ALS Functional Rating Scale revised and the Unified Parkinson's Disease Rating Scale 3 were used for rating the severity of the subjects. Experiments conducted and the results obtained are discussed next. For classification, a 5-fold cross-validation setup is used. 5 groups, each with 36 subjects, which consist of 12 ALS, 12 PD, and 12 HC subjects are formed. Subjects in each group are chosen in such a way that they're balanced in all aspects, as mentioned earlier. In each fold, 4 groups are used for training, and the remaining group is used as a test set in a round-robin fashion. The proposed approach consists of the 2D CNN, while the baseline approach consists of SVM and DNN classifiers. The proposed approach is as follows. It uses the 2D CNN method. It uses a ReLU activation function except for softmax before the output. For the 2D CNN approach, 2 features have been considered, namely SPEC and MFCC, which have been computed for a window length of 20 milliseconds and a shift of 10 milliseconds with an analysis window of 1 second. For the baseline, we have used the SVM and DNN classifiers for 3-class ALS, PD, HC classification. The baseline work makes use of the MFCC suprasegmental features on 1-second analysis window. The radial basis function has been used as a kernel function in SVM. In the case of DNN, a 2-hidden layer network has been used with 126, 256, or 512 units chosen in each layer. The best network is chosen for which the validation loss is minimized. The output layer of the DNN consists of 3 units, which represent the 3 classes, namely ALS, PD, or healthy control with the softmax activation. The potential of a network to accurately classify different classes is evaluated via the area under the operating characteristic curve. AUC ROC is a performance measure for classification in different threshold settings. ROC is a probability curve, while the AUC represents a measure of separability. The figure shows different values of AUC and their interpretation. For an AUC of 1 or 100%, the model is able to distinguish between the classes. As the value drops and reaches AUC of 0.5, it means that the model is unable to distinguish between the classes and can be seen as an overlap between the 2 classes. Thus, we can say that the higher the AUC score, the better the ability of the model to distinguish between the classes. 3 sets of classification experiments are carried out: 3-class ALS versus PD versus HC, 5-class ALS severity, and 3-class PD severity classification. We first begin with the 3-class ALS versus PD versus HC classification. The average 5-fold accuracies for each device and speech task pair have been tabulated for the 2 features. At first glance, the Motorola device seems to perform the best across the majority of the features and speech tasks. The SPEC feature outperforms MFCC by an absolute margin of 9 to 20%. The variation across the folds is lesser in SPEC feature as seen in the standard deviation. AUC ROC curves for 3-class ALS versus PD versus HC classification from different tasks and devices with true positive rate versus false positive rate on the XY axis respectively. In the 3-class ALS versus PD versus HC classification, 3 AUC ROC curves can be plotted using the 1 versus rest methodology. The AUC ROC curves for SPEC are in bold lines, and the MFCC curves are in dotted lines with AUC scores in brackets. It is seen that the AUC scores for healthy control are above 0.98, which represents good performance of the model with unseen test case in distinguishing HC from ALS or PD. Apart from HC, the worst to best performance of different speech tasks varies from 0.9 for image to 0.99 for DIDK across different devices. The highest average AUC score across devices for different speech tasks was seen in Motorola, while the best average AUC score across speech tasks was seen in DIDK. SPEC performs better than MFCC as observed from both the table and the figure. For this reason, we'll proceed to plot the AUC curves for SPEC for all the remaining experiments. We next proceed to 5-class ALS severity classification. To the best of our knowledge, speech-based severity classification of a neurological disease such as ALS or PD has not been attempted earlier in literature. Considering the case of 5-class ALS severity experiment, the average 5-fold accuracies for each device and speech task pair have been tabulated. The combination of iPhone and SPEC consistently perform the best of the 3 speech tasks, SPON, DIDK, and phone, while the combination of Motorola and SPEC perform the best for image speech task. The AUC ROC curves for 5-class ALS severity classification has been plotted for Motorola and iPhone. Using the 1 versus rest strategy, the classifier is able to accurately predict the severity of the condition with a maximum AUC score of 0.976 and a minimum score of 0.866, which shows good separability between the classes. We next proceed to 3-class PD severity classification. The average 5-fold accuracies for 3-class PD severity classification using each device speech task pair has been tabulated for both SPEC and MFCC. The best feature and device combination turns out to be SPEC and Motorola, except for SPON speech task, where the best happens to be SPEC and laptop. This is consistent with the previous 3-class ALS versus PD versus HC and 5-class ALS severity classification results. The corresponding AUC-ROC curves has been plotted for Motorola device. We observe that the max and the min AUC score of 0.951 and 0.83 for severity 0, 0.926 and 0.80 for severity 1, and 0.955 and 0.85 for severity 2. The results are slightly less or comparable to ALS severity AUC scores and show good separability between the classes. The conclusions. The key takeaways include: first, the combination of 2D CNN and SPEC outperforms the combination of 2D CNN plus MFCC across all speech task and device pairs. Secondly, 2D CNN plus MFCC in turn performs better than SVM plus MFCC or DNN plus MFCC for ALS, PD, HC classification. Considering the 5-class ALS severity, across all severity speech task device combinations, the max and the min AUC score is 0.976 and 0.866 respectively, which show good separability between severity classes. Considering the 3-class PD severity, across all severity speech task device combinations, the max min AUC score is 0.951 and 0.80, which may further improve with an increase in the Fleece's kappa value. The two main conclusions for our work are: the SPEC features perform better than MFCC, and regardless of the recording device used, similar accuracies were obtained. Severity classification, to the best of our knowledge, of a neurological disease such as ALS or PD, having not been attempted earlier, shows good promise in identifying the condition and also its severity at an earlier stage. Some of the key references are as follows. This work is supported by the Pratiksha Trust and the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. Thank you. If you have any questions or suggestions, please feel free to write to us at spirelab.ee@iisc.ac.in.